Real quick before we start this video is a bit of a mess. It's going to be probably a bit of a longer one. I've just got a bunch of choppy stuff. I don't know how I'm going to edit it together, but I was able to get a bunch of dates off some of these Buffalos. I did find a Denver, but I haven't been able to get a date off of it. I might try to Nic-A-Date it at least one more time there and see if I can get a date to show up, but I don't think I'm going to get that one to show up at all. So I hope you enjoy the video. It's a bit of a longer one, and just um, try to show some of the process I go through. I've gone through for these, and hopefully you find it enjoyable. All right, without further ado, let's get into this. Intro, take 473. Cue music. Cue coins.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Now pick them up. I'm not rich. Hello and welcome. This is going to be the members video for the month of May. I've got 2 rolls of dateless Buffalos. I'm going to go through these, and then I'm probably going to Nic-A-Date some of them. I might not Nic-A-Date all of them on camera, but I'll Nic-A-Date some of them probably. But I wanted to pour these out and take a quick look at these. I'm going to have to look at these under the scope and see what I can see under the scope for any like heirs, varieties, and stuff. Before I even think about doing any Nic-A-Dating. Just pour these out. I'm going to take a quick look at some of these. Let's just zoom in a little bit. So some of these look like pretty good. This one actually has a date 1927. 1927 out of Philly. I can see that date. Okay. The coin shop I went to, I asked them if they had some some undated Buffalos. I said they put together a couple tubes for me real quick. So they grabbed some, and I took them off their hands. This one, I think I can make out 1929. Is that what that one is? Still a Philly as well. So I'm gonna set that one up to the side, up to the top here. And then I'm also gonna look for you see right here, there is a third tail feather there, and then we're looking for the 3-legged buffalo on some of these as well. So far, all of these look like they're fillies. Can't make that one out. Some of these may have already been Nic-A-Dated out. Looks like it's going to be a 29 as well. So yeah, let's set that up there. Let's grab some of these from down here in this roll. Just take a quick look at these. I'm not seeing anything on that one. And I'm gonna scope all these before I do anything. I think I can make it 27. So that's another 27 there. It's another Philly 27. And when I hit the scope with them, we're gonna see what we can find, if there's anything interesting. I'll set those to the side and we'll go over those. So I don't see a date there. This one is pretty flat. Pretty flat indeed. I might be able to see if there's a mint mark there. There possibly one, but not that I can see. Some of these are pretty flat. This one's pretty good details on the reverse. Let's check the obverse here. Pretty flat on the obverse. I think I could almost make out a date there. I can see where the area where the date is. It's just a little bit slightly different there. This one's got a scratch and an X across the front. Philadelphia as well. And then here's this one. These all are probably going to be all Philadelphia unless they are worn flat. All right, let's see. Let's take a quick look. This one is pretty well struck on the back still, but the front is pretty pretty circulated. You got some scratching on it. Okay, so that's the quick overview of what these are. Is this one dateable? I could see where the date was, but I can't make out what it is. This one I might be able to see the date, 1934. There we go, 1934. Philly. Nice. Yep, not that one. Nothing on this one. Oh, there's a mint mark on this one. That could be an S. That's going to be an interesting one to with that Nic-A-Date. Looks like it's got some scratches on it. It could be elimination there. So we do have at least one mint mark. This one's got a little green corrosion on it. No mint mark. No mint mark, it looks like. Can't see the date. See the date. No mint mark. This one's pretty rough. This one's pretty rough. This one has a mint mark too. That looks like another S. Nice. I can't see a date on that one. This one was already Nic-A-Dated here. You can see the discoloration there. Whoever did either couldn't pull a date or they didn't do it very well. It looks like a D for Denver. So I'll probably just re-Nic-A-Date that one and see if I can get a date to pull off. If you don't do it right, you're not going to get a date. There's a few little steps there you have to do. These are kind of marking. It looks like a little mint mark down at the bottom of that one. And here's another one, another Denver. That's actually Denver. I can see the Denver mint mark there. Nice. No date, no mint mark. I'm sure I'm gonna speed through these a little bit quicker. I think I'm just gonna go through them all real quick. See if we see any dates or anything extraordinary. Like I said, I'm gonna go and hit these with the scope here. We got a 1918. So 1918. I'll have to check that for 1918 over 7. 8 over 7. I'll set that up there to the side. 1923. 1923 out of Philly. Nice. Put that one up there. And then no date. No date. No marker I can see. So I'm going faster these. I'm not checking for everything. Really, I'm just going to hit these really quick. And then I will, of course, double check all these. That one is pretty slick. It'd be nice if they went back to this, like an old design like this. Doesn't have to be exactly this, but, you know, this was a really cool design. It's like a 27. I'll set that one up here. I'll probably still end up having to do that one if I can't make that one out. This is Denver. No date. Don't see a mint mark. And can't make anything out. Can't see a mint mark there. There's a nice little chip on the side there. No date there. Let's grab a few more. Don't see a mint mark. No date. No date. No mint mark. Nope, can't make out a date. No mint mark. Got a Denver there. I can see where the date was, but nothing there standing out. Nothing easily seen. No date. Can't make out a mint mark on that one. This one's another one that's been Nic-A-Dated. You see that glump there? See right here where it's like discolored here. So we'll probably just end up Nic-A-Dating that one just to see Denver. See if we can get a date to pull on it. And probably won't be able to on that one. All right, this one looks like a 2 and a 5 maybe. I'll have to take a good look at that one. I'm just going to set it up to the side there. No date, no mint mark. No mint mark. Oops, flip two of them. No date, no date. There's no mint mark on that one. No date, no mint mark. No date, no mint mark. And this one was Nic-A-Dated. It looks like, oh, it's either discolored or something. They didn't have to Nic-A-Date this one. It looks like a 21. There's some discoloration here and here. Yeah, no, this is just some discoloration or something. Something got on this one. But that's a 21, it looks like. Alright, so we got just these many more to go through. Might as well flip through them real quick. Nothing standing out. Mint mark on this one. It's like a Denver. Nothing legible. This one's a little rough. Nothing legible. I'm probably not going to be able to get dates off all these, but I figured this would be a fun little thing to do. This one is slick. Slick. No date. Yep. Nothing standing out. Another mint mark. Another Denver, it looks like. I can see right here. There's a little bit of a spot here where the date is. It's just a little bit standing up a little bit on this one, but I can't make it out. So it goes into the pile. No date. Now look at the bottom of this one here. You see how it's really raised and flat compared to, I'll flip one over. See how, oh, this might be a raised one too. Hold on, there might be a couple of 1913s there. Here we go. See how this one's kind of really flat, and this one has the indentation here. This one might be a 2013. You know, this one is, you see how it's raised there. I'm pretty sure this one is a 2013. Can't make that out. I'm going to set those to the side though. Yeah, well, that's cool. The 2013. 1913s. 1913, first year to Buffalo with the Type 1 reverse. You can see on these other ones how they are indented there. I'm not going to be able to see things on that one. This one looks like it may have been Nic-A-Dated, so probably not going to be able to get anything off that one. That is a San Francisco for sure. 19. See a 5 there. Is that a 2? There's the 5. Looks like a 2 to me. We got a 1925 out of Philly. Let's set that up here because I can see a date. I don't think I'm going to do anything with that. I'm just going to get a loop out or something and look really close. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. Looks like there's a mint mark down here. I can't tell what it is in the camera, so I mean I'm just looking at these through the camera real quick. Put that with the Denvers. Nothing on that one. Just a few more here, and then I'll get to scoping these. Yep, nothing there. This one's possibly Nic-A-Dated already. But we'll see. This one's definitely Denver. Oh, look at this. Denver. Raised mound. This is going to be 1913 Denver. I think this is a semi-key date. Can't quite make out the date there, but that looks like a raised mound Denver. So nice. It looks like you got a semi-key date here. Very cool. That's nice. I'll set that on up here. You see how this one is worn, but you can still see that line. That line is the giveaway for the Type 2. Nothing on that one. And this one, you can see how there's no line. It's just this big mound that's raised. And yeah, so that's a Type 1 Type 1, 1913 Denver. Type 1, 1913 Denver. Is that a semi-key date or a key date? I don't know. Over here on the mat, it says the Type 2 variety is the key date and the semi-key date. So this one might not be a key date, but I'm gonna put it over here anyways. Still, the 1913s are a little bit more sought after and stuff. So yeah, so I'm gonna do some scoping, see if I come across anything out of the ordinary, and then nothing standing out. Then we're gonna get to Nic-A-Dating some of these. Okay, so I've got them all kind of sorted. These are all Philadelphias. We got stacks of those, and then I've got one that looks like a 2020. It's very hard to make out. And I've got San Francisco's here and Denver's here. This San Francisco has this what I thought was a crack or a scratch is a lamination that runs across there. It's probably the most impressive lamination, and even that's not super impressive. So there we have that. So for these, I've got 3 from 1913s, type 1s, 1 Denver, and 2 either Philadelphia or no mint mark is legible. 1918, this is not the 8/7. 1919, it looks like. 1920, 1923, 2 1925s and 1926, 1927s. This one looks like a 1929, and I'm pretty sure that one's a 1934. So a nice little mix of Buffalos here. No real Ayers varieties here to speak of. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take some of these, Nic-A-Date them on camera, show you what we got. So pretty much these are going to be worth, say if you could get these for these no dates for 20 cents, damaged Buffalos are going to be 20 cents as well, probably. Nic-A-Dating does damage the coin. They are considered damaged at that point. But say at the San Franciscos, if we can pull like in 1926, it might be worth, instead of being 20 cents, it might be worth 50 cents. So nothing a little Nic-A-Date's gonna really do to these other than just turn them in from slick and potentially damaged coins to damaged slick coins that we can get a date off of. Anyways, we'll talk about that here in a second while I'm Nic-A-Dating. All right, let me get these moved out of the way and get everything set up for that. All right, I've pulled out 4 of these to try the Nic-A-Date on. If you've never seen or used Nic-A-Date, this is it. It's has a little bit of acid in there that'll eat away at some of the surfaces of the nickels here. Let's zoom in just a little bit here. I grabbed a Denver, a San Francisco. This is the one I'm pretty sure is a 1920. Could be a 1930, but we're going to find out for sure. And this one is pretty worn. I figured I'd Nic-A-Date both sides to see if there is a mint mark on the reverse. Maybe I'll start with the reverse on this one, see if there's a mint mark on it or not. But yeah, this is just a simple little bit of I've got a glove here for handling the stuff, but we're gonna put a little tiny drop on. I'm gonna start over here. Just make sure that gets on in the right place. Drop here. Drop there, a tiny drop here. All right, so that's gonna sit there I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute, and you can actually pick them up and look through the little bubble and see the dates and stuff start to pop out. That's it, kind of eats away at the surface, and because where the devices are, the letters and stuff have a bit more of structure to them, those will stand up off of the surfaces where things have just kind of been flattened out and smoothed around a little bit. So this is going to take a minute. This does eat away at the surfaces, so these are now considered damaged. But if we do hit a low mintage Buffalo, that could increase the price from base level, leftover Buffalos with no real value other than just being a Buffalo nickel to potentially having a little bit of a value. It's still going to be a damaged like key date or something. It's possible you could uncover, say, the like I was talking earlier, the 17/18 overdate. There's a few double die obverses. I think this 1916 double die obverse is expensive as well, and a few other things you can find on these. So let's me take a look here. This one here might be okay. The one that had the date partially there. This one's going to have a big old huge blob of stuff in the middle. Want to wait and see how it starts off with a light brown color. It's going to get dark brown as it eats away at the surface a little bit. And we just want to let it sit here and do its thing. We don't want to rush the process. In the bowl over here, I've got some distilled water. When you're rinsing coins and stuff, you want to use distilled water. That way it doesn't leave spots. These being damaged, it's not a big deal if you use regular water. You can see they're starting to, drops are starting to get darker and stuff. And I didn't put it on the best. These two are better than this one. I got this one in some weird spots there. So I tried to do it just a little bit, just enough to kind of cover the spot I want. But I got some into the hair on, I think on all three of them, I got into some of the braid that comes down. So that's going to show there as well. And I have noticed if you put this on and rinse it off too quick, it leaves the surface brown. But if you give it a long enough, it will not show up as brown. It'll be more of a silvery color. And I think we're getting to the point where this might be long enough. Let me pick this up here. I want to take a look, see. I don't know if I can see in there with the lights on and stuff. I can't see it inside of the dot there with the lighting. Let's see. Not sure, but you can see how dark it's getting there. I think from this angle, looking this way, I think I can see some date showing in there. But you can see how it's over on top of the braid, so that's going to leave some mark on the braid too. It's getting there. It's getting to a good spot here. I think I'm going to go ahead and rinse this one off. We'll just take a look and see how things are looking on this one. So yeah, that one turned out pretty good. This one, I got a paper towel. I'm just going to dab it lightly. We don't want to, I've pressed on these. I think these are a good spot. This one looks like a 1919 actually. A 1920, 1923. I don't know. Not sure. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off of these here. And see. I'm just kind of rinsing it off. I have put too much pressure. This is 1916. 1916. All right. And when I've dried it off, I've put too much pressure on the coin there. And since the metal is soft, it does press down in here, and you can see that is a 1920. I was right about that. And then this one, let's see if this one has the mint mark there. We're gonna find out. You can see because I left these on a little while. I don't see a mint mark on that one, so this one is definitely a Philadelphia. So because while the surfaces are freshly eaten away, they're going to be a little softer, and I've put too much pressure on them with the paper towel and kind of squished it down a little bit. So we'll do the front of that one, and I'm going to slightly dab these off. And you can see where this one has a bit of a brown stain on it there. Sometimes they stain, sometimes they don't stain as much. Yeah, this is 1916. But because this is because these are look at this one, that does look like a 1919. Because I'm using the special water 1916, I can't make that one up close enough to see if there's any doubling on that. Distilled, because I'm using distilled water, if the water sits on there and dries on, it's not going to be a problem. Ooh, I got that drop good on that one. You see how clean that one is. Let's see, let's grab another San Francisco. So the 1919 is the Denver, I believe. 1916 is a San Francisco. And then this is a 1920 Philadelphia. The one I thought was a 1920. So I was right about that one. Unfortunately, it's got a big spot on them. Slide these over to dry. I've got another, which one is this one? This is a San Francisco, I believe. I think that's the San Francisco. It's got the curves up top, but that's all I can see. We're going to hit the date on this one and see what the date is. There we go. So we know this one's a Philly. We know this one's a San Francisco. Let's go ahead and just do one more Denver, just to make another 3 here. And we can zoom in just a little bit. You know, I got gloves on, but I keep using my ungloved hand here. So this one's been on a while. You see how dark it is. I'll put a fresh drop over here. And that's a good drop. Yeah, that's a good drop. You see how lighter it is over here. So it's going to eat away at the surfaces. It's going to get the dirt and stuff in there and what have you. I guess I should have gloved on this hand and then had this hand free, but oh well. But it eats away at the surfaces, so some of the nickel, some of the dirt and grime gets into the stuff, and it will definitely cause things to turn. And we're going to give it a good minute or two. And if you ever use stuff, follow the safety instructions and what have you. I don't remember what kind of acid this is, but it is a slight acid. Could be like a sulfuric acid or a nitric acid or something like that, but it does eat away at but it is diluted, so it will eat away slowly at the nickel. So let me see, let me take a look at this one and see if I can see a date forming through there. Trying to keep it, yeah, if I tilt it like that, I think I can see it. Looks like a 1920. Let's see, do you see it in there? It's like a 1920. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this one. It's been on for a while. I'm going to rinse it off. Oh, it didn't zoom out. I'm going to kind of get rid of some of the water there. Yep, that one is a 1920. That's another 1920 Philadelphia. That's when we Nic-A-Dated the reverse. So let's zoom back out so you can see. All right, we're going to do this one. This one I think is San Francisco. I'll just dip it in the water. Make sure it all gets rinsed off there. There is some date there, but I'm not sure. This one might be one that might not show up. That one I'm going to have to take a good look at. I might have to do that one again. I think that's the San Francisco. I'm going to let that one sit there for a little bit longer. Ooh, this has been a long video. So let's take a look at this one. I'm going to take a look at this one real quick here. This one is the 1916. I can't make out any doubling on it, but I think it's the Philadelphia, and this one is a Denver or San Francisco. 1916 is not a key date. I think it's a lower mintage date, but it is what it is. I'm going to rinse this one off. This one also looks like a 1920 S. Let's see. Zoom in. 1920. Yep, another 1920. Well, I don't know if that's just coincidence, what have you. All right, so this one, I'm going to try to Nic-A-Date again. I don't think I'm going to get a date off that one. It's just too much damage right there, but I'm going to try again. Now that it's dried off. If you do it while it's wet, the Nic-A-Date can really sink into the coin. I've seen. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna work on that one. I'm gonna see if I can do a few more, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've did all of these San Franciscos and some of the Denvers, so that one I couldn't get a date off of. Ended up I could barely get a 1918 off of that, so that's 1918 San Francisco. This one here, let's just zoom in, see if I can get it. This is another 1918 from San Francisco. This one here, I think might be a 1915 from San Francisco, and that's going to be a semi-key date, a low mintage nickel. I might have to get a little bit more on that and see if I can get that to pop. But that would be a nice little bump there. There is this one, I think is a 1918 again. And then we have a 1921 San Francisco, which I believe is another key date. Yeah, it's another low mintage semi-key date, I guess. But yeah, that's a 1921. You can see it really clear there. So we've got one, possibly a second. That's a low mintage. For these Denvers, what do I have here? I think that's a 1916 Denver. This one is a 19. I looked at all of them. This looks like a 1915 Denver. And these are all lower mintage as well. I don't think they qualify for key date. And this is a 1928 Denver. Once you get to the mid-20s or later 20s, the Denvers go up in, the Denvers and San Francisco's all go up in price. I forget what this one is. I can't get it to pop on camera. You can see how some of them turned a bit more brown than others there. And this is a 1919 Denver. So, nice that we got the two key semi-key dates. They're listed as semi-key dates over here, so that's one we're going to go with. And you can see this one just turned super brown. I guess I didn't get it rinsed off enough there. Oh, I just wiped it off. And I think I wiped off some of the, guess I didn't get it clean enough. That was the 1920. And I think I just wiped off the date with it. It's still there. Oh, I guess I missed some on that. Didn't get it all rinsed off there. That's the one I did both sides of. Okay, then let me see if I can get this a little more rinsed off here, just to see what we can do. Gonna have to change my water here. There we go. Some interesting stuff. All right, well, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll do some more and see if I have any. I'll probably do the rest of the Denvers here and see if I have any more low mintage ones, and then maybe I'll do some more Philadelphias. And at the end here, if I have anything else that's really nice and interesting, I will let you know. But yeah, fun. I always find it fun to Nic-A-Date the Nickels, because it's like I'm going on a treasure hunt, doing some digging and stuff. 1919, yep. And trying to find some awesome stuff here. Always pretty cool and pretty fun. Yeah, that one I think is the possible 1915, but I'm gonna hit that one up again. So I'm gonna do this one because I can't quite make it out, and see if I can get that date to pop up there. Okay, so I've been working on these for a while, and I think I've got a whole technique down that has been working pretty well for me. I've been making a mess here. So I've been putting just a little tiny drop. This is a Philadelphia, where the date is. Just a little tiny drop there. Then let it sit there for about 30 seconds on this is the first apply, and I've just recently got this one done. This one is a 1916. You can see there I'm pulling the dates pretty good, so we let this sit here for about 30 seconds. And then what I'm doing is I'm over the water, kind of just giving a little tap. You see the little bubble kind of dripping, trying to drip there, and that kind of agitates the surface a little bit. It kind of pulls the surface that's been eaten away, is what I'm seeing. Turn it, you get the drop off. Well, let's take a look, see if we can see a date. I can see a date there. This one's going to be in 1916, it looks like. So let's go ahead and rinse that off. And then I'm going to try to tap the edge here. Kind of pull off some of the water there. And this one, 1916. There we go. I'm going to let this one dry. Like this one has been drying. This one's dry enough. I'm going to see if I can get that date to pop a little bit more. So I'm going to put just a little drop over where the date is. And this is, since this is apply number 2, we don't have to wait, but I'm going to do the little tap tap. You see if the if it stays on camera. You see how it kind of darkens up when I give it a little tap tap. That is the surface kind of pulling away and just agitating a little bit. Just a light tap. We're going to tap that drop off. You see 1916. This one was pretty noticeable. Tap some of that water off on the edge there. I'm just tapping on the edge on the paper towel to get the water to come off. And that one's pretty clear now, 1916. I'm kind of getting a little thing going on here. Just a little bit of a rhythm going on here. Kind of getting used to this stuff. Finding some little techniques. Yeah, this is a nice. I redid this one, 1913. This is a Philadelphia type 2, but we got a 1913 here. So cool. So that is drop the nickels. So that is what I've been doing here. Just doing one at a time here and seeing what we got going on. I'm pull that one out. That one, the reverse is kind of missing on that one. That one might have a hidden mint mark, so I'm probably going to try that one. So that's what I've been doing. Just having some fun, trying to get some dates to pop up here, and I'm getting pretty good. The ones that I was having trouble pulling dates on, I was able to get dates on most of those too. This one is probably one I'm not going to be able to get a date off these two. I'm not going to be able to get a date off of these. I think I was able to get the 1917 to show up on this one. This one, yeah. It doesn't always work. Not always going to be able to see a date on there. So just give it a little tap to kind of agitate the And you just see the little drop moving there. Alright, that's probably been long enough. I'm going to tap off the drop into the water, just tilt it just enough. Let's see if we take a look here before I rinse it off all the way. 1920 something. Let me go ahead and rinse this one and take a good look. Tap the edge here just to tap off some of the extra water so I'm not smooshing down on the thing. 1920 something. That is definitely a 1920 something. Alright, I'm going to let this one sit up here and dry off. And keep going and see what else we find in here. Let's see if there is a mint mark on the back of this one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that to show up, but I'm going to put a little drop there. That's probably more than I need. But it's kind of hard to get just a tiny bit out of here. But yeah, if I find anything really cool, I will let you know. Just sitting here having some fun, trying to do some dates, making a mess. And yep, there we are. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up, helps me out. Drop that comment down below and let me know what you thought. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Have a great day. And I want to give a very special thank you to all the viewers who have signed up as members. Thank you very much for going above and beyond to help support the channel. I very, very much appreciate it. If anyone is interested in becoming a member, feel free to check out the link below. Again, thank you very much for your support. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you click on that link right there, it'll help me out. And then I have a couple videos over here that is recommended. So if you would like to watch another one, I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Have a great day.